family, friends, yeah, everybody sins. A winner never quits and a quitter never wins. Help folks in need, don't fall for greed. A jealous man is weak, so think before you speak. If you love them, let them know. If you hate, let it go. Fast can be fun, but sometimes you need slow. God is all good, the devil is so real. So listen up, y'all, cause this is how I feel.
I won't back up, I don't back down. I've been raised up to stand my ground. Take my job, but not my guns. Tax my check till I ain't got none. Except for the good Lord up above. I answer to no one.
See, I'm a flag-flying, Bible-toting son of a gun.
You are now listening to Something to Talk About, hosted by Big John and Billy Ray, with special guests Kensley Keys, coming to you live from Dis and Dems in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. By the way, these guys know what they're talking about compared to local radio programming. Now it's time to give them something to talk about.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Something to Talk About. We're coming to you live from Sawmill Square Mall at the Cosmic Deli here. Kinsley.
Yes.
What about it?
It's amazing.
Hey, the food's good here, ain't it?
It is.
What'd you get?
Something that's really good.
Well, what's it called?
Chicken bacon ranch sandwich. I think it's a chicken bacon ranch club.
Okay. It sounds good. A tongue twister there, huh?
It is, because it's just that good.
It is. And I got the voodoo nachos, and you talk about fine. It'll make you want to slap your mama.
Well, I don't know about, but I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't slap my mama.
No, I wouldn't do it either, but you know that old
I see where you're going with it.
Yeah, so
man,
how you been?
I've been well, man. How about yourself? Been a long week.
It has been a long week. It's been drawn out, you know. I mean, and we're at our old stomping grounds of Laurel, Mississippi.
Feels really good doing what we love to do. I mean, does it get any better than this?
It don't. You know, all we need to be doing is broadcasting from the jungle, and it'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Now that would be amazing.
We may have to talk to the people over there and see what we can't work out.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. But for right now, I'm loving this moment. New place, new environment.
Yeah.
Great food. Great guests. I mean, this is just amazing.
Yeah, you know, speaking of, you know, we got a good show this week. You know, typically we'll talk about local causes, local bands, you know, local food,
right?
And of course, sports is what all three of us specialize in. But you know, we're branching out a little bit and bringing you know, awareness to the community of what's around them and what needs to be said.
Right, and it's nothing better than to do that in your own hometown.
Yeah, especially because there wasn't nothing going on. You know, you could turn on the radio and they would briefly talk about it, but really you can't really get down to business and talk with someone local because, you know, that's what it's all about.
Right, and you know, like I was telling, I guess there's so much potential here in Jones County. I mean, I understand when we were younger, Laurel Jones County was the place to be. There was always something to do, and as we grew older, it just kind of slowed down, and now it's kind of at a standstill right now. But I was telling our guests, there's so much potential still here in Jones County. If there's just so many resources here that we could just tap into that. I mean, this place could be back to where it was back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think, you know, Ben and Aaron Napier are doing a good job with that series Hometown on HGTV. And it's got Laurel getting there back to where it used to be at one time, and a great city. And, you know, good places to eat. There's a lot of good places coming, and especially today with the Cosmic Deli here. I mean, you would never expect something like that here in the Sawmill Square Mall.
Right. And matter of fact, speaking of that, I'm always big when it comes to restaurant names. So we we actually speak with our the Cosmic Deli owner. I'll have to ask him how he came up with the name.
Yeah, that's a unusual name, but it's kind of a catchy thing because you know, you see deli and you think of ham and turkey, and it's like it's not that way. So, but you know, before we go into that, we got to thank our sponsors. You know, and they make it happen. You know. And Central Sunbelt Federal Credit Union, you know, they got on with us right on. They were like, yeah, we're in it, you know. So Big shout out to them.
Okay.
You know, so go by. Me and you are both with them. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure other people are here too. I don't know. You know, that's none of my business, but you know, but
Well, we can speak for ourselves.
yeah, I mean, as to how good of a bank choice it was for me. So
Yeah.
they're pretty awesome.
Oh,
over
yeah,
there.
they are.
And Flickus Tax Service, you know, she come on with us a few weeks and talked to us about taxes. And, you know, watch out for them scams, folks.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a call from Washington, D.C., but they sounded like this one right here. You know, they talk, hey, man, you're going to get sued by the government. I said, oh, I didn't know the IRS had divisions.
Well, you never know, but I mean, it's. I really appreciated the great tax advice you gave. Considering, I mean,
she did.
Tax
she gave
season is right around the corner, so I'm pretty sure some people are nervous.
No, it's not around the corner. It's here.
Oh yeah, pretty much it is here for some people.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I hadn't even got all my documents in yet, so
I'm still waiting.
you're still waiting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
hopefully I can get a little money back.
Little. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it comes from somewhere. Maybe not just Texas, but somewhere.
Yeah, this government shutdown, Lord have mercy. But we'll talk.
That's another.
That's another. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that just yet. And also the Shabby Sheet Cake over right off there on Bush Dairy Road. It's right beside Mississippi Ag.
Okay.
And you talk about good. They got some fresh king cakes now.
Oh, see, cake is kind of my weakness.
Yeah, it is mine too. But I'm trying to lose weight. But these voodoo nachos are killing me.
Well, John, why don't you just give me half the weight you have, and then we'll just call it even.
I wish I could do that. wish we could.
Yeah, I wish life was that
just
simple.
get like a straw, you know, or something like that. You know, I don't know if it's possible, but we'll see. And Billy, maybe give some of Billy Ray's to you as well.
Let's not push it, John. It's not that bad.
You know, so. Also, you know, you can give them a call at 601-433-7999, and they can hook you up. Ashley's ready to help you out with whatever you need. They got some of the best petty fours. I don't know if you remember M&M Bake Shop.
I do.
You remember them petty
I used to
fours?
stay in that place.
Me too. They are that good. So it's good stuff over there. So y'all go by and see them. Well, okay. Well, let's talk to Mitchell over here. We've been yabbing enough, and so Mitchell, it's good to have you on the show today. And you know, I come by the mall yesterday. We talked about it a few weeks ago, and I said, Mitchell, I said we want to come and do the broadcast here, and we've heard a lot of good things about you guys, and the food's amazing, and you know, we just want to be able to tell people about it because. You know, you think Cosmic Deli, you're thinking it's another McAllister's, you know, ham and cheese and all that kind of crap. But it's not like that, is it?
Definitely not. We go to be unique. We want to be a destination place. We want to be the place in Laurel to come to get unique food. Not just sandwiches, though. We specialize in that at the time being. But we want ours to be outstanding, cosmic, if you will, out of this world.
Okay, well, see, that's the next question. How did you come up with the name?
Well, it kind of just came to me and my wife. I give her credit. She came up with more of the name than I did. We've always been a fan of science fiction movies, television shows, books, as well as we both had a love of science, astronomy, things like that. So one day when we were just cooking at home and talking about opening up her little cheesecake shop one day, which is her homemade cheesecakes. And she just said, do you think this is good? It's out of this world. And from that spawned the name Cosmic. And
that is outstanding. Well, tell me about the food. I tried the voodoo nachos, and so where do you get the inspiration for making these delicacies?
You know, a lot of it's just, what do I like to eat? You know, and it comes from that, and the people that work with me, we talk about it every day. What will be good? What will be cool to make this week, you know? And we have so many ideas that we cannot incorporate them all. We have a small location here, but we think about the food that really makes our mouth water a lot, you know, and things like the voodoo nachos, which are special. Unfortunately, they're not on the menu, but we do bring them out regularly. But it all just comes from just having a love of food, and that's what we just, not to be repetitive, but we make the things that we eat.
And one thing I'll mention, just from the taste of it, one thing that I really consider when I'm choosing a restaurant is the freshness of the food and just the just the taste of this food, you can tell it is absolutely fresh. Like, talk about like what goes all into the preparation for each of your menu items.
Well, prep has to come. First of all, you have to give props to your people, and I believe I have the best staff, though it is very small, and I give them the majority of the credit. They prep, they get here with me, early in the morning or in the afternoon, the evening, so that when I get here early in the morning, I have little to do. So I give a lot of the inspiration ideas. I have to say to Jessica, my manager, she works nighttime for us, and she is a culinary student. So she's my chef in training, if you will, and I really get a lot of inspiration from her, and we both talk. Not to mention all the other young ladies that work with us, and my wife as well. We all talk about it, and they do a great job of preparing and doing things that I don't have to worry about.
Talking to you yesterday, came by and tried the sea bass sandwich. Now, that's really a unique item that you can't really find everywhere. And that's the difference between eating here and say McAllister's, because your food has great taste, it's seasoned to perfection, and something like that is what this area needs. And I think you were telling me that you saw a need that we needed somewhere that had great taste and something that's different. So tell us about that.
Oh yeah, we shop, we do all of our business in this area, and it was always hard to find a good place to eat where you get quick, good service, and you leave feeling I got my money's worth. That's been a problem for Jones County forever, and we wanted to try to provide something that when you left, you felt, I really got a great meal, and it was not overly expensive. And I think we tried to fill that void, though it's not our dream destination. We're small. We're definitely a destination location, small, but we try to make up for our small footprint by having a great product and keeping it fresh, keeping it unique, and having like the redfish, the sea bass, the homemade crab cakes and things like that, or the Mississippi Gulf shrimp that we provide here.
Yeah, well, tell me about that. That's another question. Tell me about how fresh. Where do you get the different ingredients from? I know that you shop local, and you were talking about that. Where all do you get that from?
Well, I have to give credit to our food reps. We like any restaurant, we use a food rep in a company, but we specify that we can get certain things as fresh as possible, like our seafood. I'm a seafood guy, love seafood. My grandparents had a seafood restaurant, so I grew up in that environment, and to have fresh local Gulf shrimp is important to us, and so we go out of our way to get it. Especially now, we get it out of Biloxi. We're proud of that. Now, but to say that we go get it off the boats, no, definitely not. But we do have it delivered from our food rep, and they're a great bunch.
That's awesome. And I was looking here. You got the Voodoo chips. Great brand there. And you also have Gambino's bread, which is right out of New Orleans, and fresh bread that you use. So, that speaks volumes in itself that you're willing to go out that extra mile to get quality products.
Yeah, most definitely. I love Gambino's. Like I said earlier, it goes back. What do I like when I go sit down to eat somewhere? I want to get my money's worth, and I think Gambino's always does a great job. We try to make as many of our sauces as we can in-house, too. Naturally, some we buy pre-made, but we try to make a lot of our sauces, like our Chipotle mayo or our Sriracha garlic sauces, and things that give it a unique flavor. We make our own seasonings here in-house so that you can feel that you got a fresh taste, not something out of a box. So that's what we're going for. Absolutely.
Well, Mitchell, I sure do appreciate it, and we're going to be back in a couple of weeks, and we're going to rotate between our Hattiesburg location and here at Cosmic Deli, and so we're going to have some bands here with us next time.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Come. Yeah, so thank you for having us, and we look forward to helping your business grow too.
Thank you, and you guys.